I'm here in the University of Texas at Austin with Dr. Jamie Pennebaker, who heads the psychology department. Hi, Jamie.
Hey there.
Thank you for taking the time to talk.
You bet. You bet.
I want to start by asking you about writing. And what do we know today about the benefits, the psychological benefits of writing? I know that's a very broad question, but maybe a good place to start.
Okay. Over the last several years, there have been a lot of studies looking at what happens when people put emotional experiences into words. And we started this work in 1986. That was our first paper on this, where we brought people in and had them write for about 15 or 20 minutes a day for 4 consecutive days. And we asked them to either write about a traumatic experience or write about superficial topics. And what we found in that first study was that when people are asked to write about an emotional upheaval, we see in the subsequent months an improvement in their physical health. They go to the doctor less. And after that first study, other labs started to do this. And since then, there have been maybe 200 to 300 articles published on writing. And the basic finding is that when individuals write, it does in fact tend to improve their health. They tend to sleep better. They tend to, there have been some great studies going on in Europe looking at wound healing. Their wounds heal more quickly. People are in the hospital less if they do this before they go to the doctor or to go to a hospital.
And this is with kind of traditional journaling? Or
it's not traditional journaling. It's having people write for a fixed number of times, maybe 4 times, maybe 20 minutes each time, generally once a day. And I think it's very different from journaling. Journaling is something that you do every day, and in many ways I'm not sure that's not necessarily helpful for a lot of people. What this kind of writing is I view it as more kind of a life course correction. You're going along, and then your life is kind of thrown off sometimes. It could be a trauma, it could be just time. And what this writing does is it grabs you and forces you to stop and reevaluate your life. Who are you? What's important to you right now? And what it does is it helps you to tie things together. How are things in your life now related to your, maybe some upheaval recently, your childhood, other issues like that. And just writing for a fixed number of times I think is beneficial. If somebody wants to write more than that, that's great. But one of my concerns always is that if a person starts writing, they start writing all the time, they almost get into this rumination, this obsession. And in many ways I think that can be worse than not writing at all.
And do we know why it's beneficial?
Well, we would all like to think there's one simple answer, and there's not. We know lots of whys. For some people, it helps them to organize it. Some, the mere fact of putting it into words seems to make a big difference. Others, by merely acknowledging it and putting it into words, it allows them to move past it, to move through it. Others, other arguments, and all of these things I'm telling you about, there's some data for it. Others are that it's helpful because it simply allows the person to sleep better. You know, you go to bed at night, you're worried, you're obsessing about things, you don't sleep, and the next day you're now worried about whatever it is even more. And what writing will do is force you to stop and start putting these ideas, these concerns on paper into words and linking them to other issues. And by doing that, it kind of summarizes it, brings some kind of meaning and closure to it.
Yes.